In the distant future, humanity has expanded across the stars, driven by a belief in their own supremacy over all alien species. This supremacist ideology fuels their relentless colonization efforts, often leading to violent clashes with indigenous extraterrestrial civilizations. On the frontier planet Xylar 9, a group of human explorers encounters the Zirith, an ancient and technologically advanced alien race. Initially dismissive and hostile, the humans soon discover that the Zirith possess knowledge that could either elevate humanity to new heights or doom them to extinction. As tensions escalate, a young human diplomat challenges the prevailing supremacist mindset, seeking a path toward coexistence and mutual respect. The fate of both species hangs in the balance, hinging on whether humanity can overcome its arrogance and embrace a future of interstellar unity. As diplomatic efforts unfold, underground factions within the human colony resist any form of alliance, viewing the Zirith as inferior and a threat to human dominance. Meanwhile, the Zirith reveal their history of surviving countless cosmic conflicts by valuing cooperation over conquest. The young diplomat uncovers evidence that the Zirith's advanced technology is not just a weapon, but a key to unlocking sustainable energy and interdimensional travel, resources that could benefit all species. Tensions reach a breaking point when a radical human militia launches a surprise attack on the Zirith's sacred site, igniting a war that threatens to annihilate both civilizations. Forced into a desperate alliance, the diplomat and a Zirith elder work together to broker peace, exposing the destructive consequences of supremacist ideology. Through shared sacrifice and understanding, they begin to dismantle centuries of prejudice, paving the way for a new era where humanity's strength lies not in domination, but in embracing the rich diversity of the cosmos. In the aftermath of the conflict, the human colony on Xylar 9 undergoes a profound transformation. The young diplomat spearheads the establishment of the Interstellar Council, a coalition of diverse species committed to peaceful coexistence and shared progress. Educational programs are launched to dismantle supremacist beliefs, emphasizing empathy, cultural exchange, and the value of all life forms. Meanwhile, scientists from both species collaborate to harness the Zirith's technology, leading to breakthroughs in energy production and space travel that benefit the entire galaxy. However, remnants of the radical militia continue to foment unrest, unwilling to relinquish their vision of human supremacy. The diplomat and the Zirith elder must navigate political intrigue and sabotage to protect the fragile peace. As new alliances form and old prejudices fade, the story culminates in a joint mission to explore uncharted regions of space, symbolizing a united future. The narrative closes on a hopeful note, illustrating that overcoming supremacist ideologies is not only essential for survival, but also for unlocking the true potential of interstellar civilization. The Interstellar Council's inaugural assembly was held in the Grand Hall of Xylar 9's capital, a structure that blended human architectural styles with the organic, flowing designs favored by the Zirith. Delegates from multiple species filled the chamber, their diverse forms a testament to the galaxy's vastness. The young diplomat, now appointed as the council's ambassador, stood at the podium, her voice steady despite the weight of history pressing upon her. "Today," she began, "we gather not as conquerors or subjects, but as partners. Our past is marred by conflict and fear, but our future depends on trust and cooperation. Let this council be a beacon of hope for all civilizations." A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd, but not all were convinced. In a shadowed corner, a group of human delegates exchanged wary glances. Among them was Commander Ralden, a former militia leader whose scars told stories of battles fought in the name of human supremacy. Ralden leaned toward his companion, whispering, "This council is a facade. The Zirith's technology threatens our way of life. We must be vigilant." Meanwhile, in the Zirith delegation, Elder Vither observed the proceedings with a calm demeanor. His elongated eyes reflected centuries of wisdom and sorrow. After the speech, He approached the ambassador. Your words carry the weight of hope, ambassador. Yet, hope alone will not heal wounds so deep. We must build understanding through action. The ambassador nodded. Agreed, Elder Vither. That is why we are launching the Unity Initiative. Programs to foster cultural exchange, joint scientific research, and education to dismantle supremacist ideologies. As the council session adjourned, the ambassador and Elder Vither convened a meeting with scientists and educators from both species. They outlined plans for collaborative projects, including a shared research facility focused on sustainable energy derived from Zereth technology. However, beneath the surface, Commander Ralden and his faction plotted. They viewed the Unity Initiative as a threat to human dominance and began recruiting disaffected colonists, spreading propaganda that painted the Zereth as manipulative invaders. One evening, the ambassador received a coded message from an informant within the militia. They planned to sabotage the research facility during the upcoming energy symposium. Security is compromised. Alarmed, she convened an emergency meeting with Elder Vither and the council's security chief. We must act swiftly, she urged. If the sabotage succeeds, it will not only destroy the facility, but shatter the fragile trust we've built. Elder Vither's voice was resolute. Then we must protect not just the facility, but the ideals it represents. Let us show that unity is stronger than fear. As preparations for the symposium intensified, tensions simmered. The ambassador found herself navigating a labyrinth of political intrigue, balancing the hopes of peace with the shadows of dissent. The fate of the Interstellar Council, and perhaps the galaxy, hung in the balance. The day of the Energy Symposium dawned bright and clear over Xylar 9's capital, the twin suns casting a warm glow on the gleaming research facility. Delegates, scientists, and dignitaries from across the galaxy gathered in the sprawling atrium. Their conversations a hum of excitement and cautious optimism. The Unity Initiative's flagship project was about to be unveiled, a revolutionary energy reactor combining Zereth crystal matrices with human engineering, promising clean, limitless power. Ambassador Lyra stood near the entrance, her gaze sweeping the crowd. Beside her, Elder Vither's presence was a steadying force. The success of this event will echo far beyond these walls, she said quietly. Indeed, he replied, but remember, where hope shines brightest, shadows often gather. Security teams, a joint human-Zereth force, patrolled the perimeter, their sensors scanning for anomalies. Yet beneath the surface, Commander Ralden's militia operatives moved like ghosts, their intent hidden behind false identities and forged credentials. Inside the main hall, the ambassador took the stage. Today we celebrate not just a technological breakthrough, but the power of collaboration. This reactor symbolizes what we can achieve when we embrace unity over division. Applause filled the room, but in the control room behind the scenes, a young technician named Jalen noticed irregularities in the reactor's diagnostic readouts. Something's off, he muttered, eyes flicking over the data streams. Pressure spikes in the containment field, too sudden to be natural. He alerted the security chief, who immediately ordered a lockdown of the facility. The crowd murmured in confusion as the lights dimmed and emergency protocols activated. In the chaos, Ralden's operatives sprang into action, attempting to breach the reactor's core to plant destabilizing devices. But the joint security teams intercepted them, leading to a tense standoff in the reactor chamber. Ralden, Lyra's voice rang out as she entered the fray. This ends now. Your actions threaten everyone here. Ralden sneered. You're blinded by idealism. The Zereth will enslave us all if we let them. Elder Vither stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. Fear breeds destruction. We offer partnership, not domination. As negotiations teetered on the edge, Jalen worked frantically to stabilize the reactor. Sweat beaded on his brow as he rerouted power and recalibrated the containment fields. Finally, with a hiss of released pressure, the reactor stabilized. Ralden's faction was subdued and taken into custody, but the damage to trust lingered. The ambassador addressed the assembly once more, her voice resolute. Today's events remind us that the path to peace is fraught with challenges, but we will not falter. Together, we will build a future where fear no longer divides us. In the aftermath, the Unity Initiative gained renewed support, but the ambassador knew the struggle was far from over. The seeds of unity had been planted, yet vigilance was essential to nurture them against the persistent weeds of hatred. In the weeks following the thwarted sabotage, the Interstellar Council intensified efforts to heal the fractures exposed by Commander Ralden's rebellion. Ambassador Lyra spearheaded outreach programs, traveling between colonies to engage with communities still wary of the Unity Initiative. Her message was clear. The future depended on mutual respect and shared progress on the Zereth homeworld. Elder Vither convened a council of elders to address concerns within their own society. "We must acknowledge the fears our presence has stirred," he said. "Only through transparency and empathy can we dispel the shadows of mistrust." Meanwhile, Jalen, the young technician who had saved the reactor, became a symbol of hope. His story, of a human and Zereth working side by side to prevent disaster, was broadcast across the galaxy, inspiring others to embrace cooperation. Yet beneath the surface, remnants of Ralden's faction regrouped in the outer colonies. Their ideology hardened, but their numbers diminished. Intelligence reports warned of isolated attacks and propaganda campaigns aimed at undermining the Council's authority. In response, the Council established the Guardians of Unity, a peacekeeping force composed of diverse species dedicated to protecting the fragile alliance. Their mission was not only to maintain security, but to foster dialogue and understanding in volatile regions. As the first Guardians deployed, Ambassador Lyra received a transmission from an unexpected source. A former Ralden sympathizer seeking asylum and willing to share intelligence. The ambassador faced a difficult choice: trust a former enemy or risk missing critical information. After deliberation with Elder Vither and the Council, they agreed to grant asylum, emphasizing the Council's commitment to redemption and reconciliation. The informant revealed plans for a coordinated attack on the upcoming Galactic Summit, where leaders would ratify the Council's charter and formalize the Unity Initiative's governance. With time running short, the Council mobilized all resources to secure the summit. Ambassador Lyra addressed the galaxy once more, her voice broadcast to billions. "We stand at crossroads. Our unity is tested, but our resolve is stronger. Together, we will face the darkness and emerge into the light of a new era." As delegates gathered for the summit, the galaxy held its breath. The path ahead was uncertain, but the promise of peace and cooperation shone brighter than ever before. The Galactic Summit convened aboard the orbital station Zenith 7, a marvel of engineering suspended above the vibrant planet of Iridian. Delegates from hundreds of star systems filled the Grand Hall, their diverse forms a testament to the galaxy's rich tapestry of life. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation and an undercurrent of tension. Ambassador Lyra took the podium, her voice steady and resolute. "Today, we gather not just as representatives of our worlds, but as architects of a shared destiny. The Unity Initiative is more than a treaty. It is a commitment to peace, prosperity, and mutual respect." As the delegates prepared to ratify the Council's charter, security forces remained vigilant. The Guardians of Unity patrolled the corridors, their presence a reassuring symbol of protection. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout Zenith 7. Sensors detected multiple unauthorized breaches in the station's lower sectors. The coordinated attack had begun. Chaos erupted as saboteurs, disguised among the summit staff, unleashed a series of explosions aimed at crippling the station's life support and communication arrays. The Guardians sprang into action, engaging the attackers in fierce combat. Amid the turmoil, Ambassador Lyra and Elder Vither coordinated emergency protocols, ensuring the safety of delegates and maintaining order. Jalen, now a senior engineer, led teams to repair critical systems, his calm under pressure inspiring those around him in the heart of the conflict. The former Ralden sympathizer, codenamed Shade, revealed their true allegiance, having infiltrated the attackers to sabotage their plans from within. Shade's actions turned the tide, allowing the Guardians to isolate and neutralize the threat. With the station secured, the summit resumed. The delegates, united by the shared ordeal, voted overwhelmingly to ratify the Unity Initiative's charter. The galaxy's first interspecies government was born in the aftermath. Ambassador Lyra addressed the assembly. Our unity was tested by fire, and we emerged stronger. Let this be a beacon to all who doubt the power of cooperation. Elder Vether added, the path ahead will have challenges, but together, we will forge a future where fear and hatred have no place. As Zenith 7 orbited Viridian, its lights shining like a star of hope, the galaxy embraced a new era, one defined by unity, resilience, and the boundless potential of collaboration. In the months following the successful ratification of the Unity Initiative, the galaxy began to transform. The Interstellar Council expanded its reach, establishing new institutions dedicated to education, scientific research, and cultural exchange. The once fractured star systems now shared resources and knowledge, accelerating technological advancements and improving quality of life across worlds. Ambassador Lyra traveled tirelessly, fostering alliances and mediating disputes. Her efforts helped integrate previously isolated colonies into the galactic community, promoting inclusivity and understanding. Elder Vether led initiatives to preserve the diverse traditions and histories of member species, ensuring that unity did not come at the cost of individuality. Jalen's innovations in energy technology revolutionized space travel, making it more efficient and accessible. His work inspired a new generation of engineers and explorers eager to push the boundaries of discovery. However, the Council remained vigilant. Intelligence networks monitored for signs of dissent, and the Guardians of Unity continued their peacekeeping missions. The remnants of Ralden's faction had splintered into smaller cells, their influence waning, but their resolve unbroken. In a remote sector, a young diplomat named Kayla uncovered evidence of a secretive group seeking to exploit ancient alien artifacts for power. Recognizing the threat, she alerted the Council, prompting a coordinated investigation. The discovery underscored the ongoing challenges of maintaining peace in a galaxy still healing from conflict. Yet, it also highlighted the strength of the Unity Initiative, a network of cooperation capable of confronting new dangers together. As the stars shone brightly above, the galaxy stood united, ready to face the future with hope and determination. The story of their journey was just beginning, a testament to the enduring power of collaboration across the cosmos. Despite the progress made under the Unity Initiative, shadows from the galaxy's turbulent history lingered. The secretive group uncovered by Kayla, known as the Obsidian Veil, operated from the fringes of explored space. Their obsession with ancient alien artifacts threatened to destabilize the fragile peace. Kayla joined forces with Jalen and Shade, the former Ralden sympathizer whose loyalty had proven invaluable. Together, they embarked on a covert mission to infiltrate the Obsidian Veil's stronghold, a derelict space station orbiting a dying star. Inside the station's labyrinthine corridors, they uncovered relics of a long-lost civilization, their technology far surpassing anything known to the current galaxy. The Obsidian Veil sought to harness this power to rewrite the balance of power in their favor. As the team navigated traps and puzzles left by the ancients, they forged deeper bonds of trust and friendship. Shade's knowledge of covert operations, Jalen's technical expertise, and Kayla's diplomatic skills complemented each other perfectly. In the climactic confrontation, the trio faced the Obsidian Veil's leader, a charismatic yet ruthless figure named Varek. His vision of a new order clashed with the ideals of unity and cooperation. Through courage and ingenuity, Kayla and her allies thwarted Varek's plans, securing the artifacts and preventing a galactic catastrophe. The mission's success reinforced the importance of vigilance and collaboration in safeguarding the future. Returning to the Council, they shared their findings, prompting new protocols for the protection and study of ancient technologies. The galaxy's unity was tested once more and prevailed. The legacy of the Unity Initiative endured, a beacon guiding civilizations toward peace, understanding, and the endless possibilities of the stars. With the Obsidian Veil dismantled and the ancient artifacts secured, the Interstellar Council turned its gaze outward toward the uncharted regions beyond known space. The Unity Initiative had not only healed old wounds, but also ignited a collective curiosity about the cosmos mysteries. Kayla, now appointed as the Council's chief explorer, led an ambitious expedition aboard the starship Endeavour. Her crew was a diverse assembly of scientists, engineers, diplomats, and explorers from across the galaxy. Embodying the spirit of unity, Jalen developed advanced propulsion systems that allowed the Endeavour to traverse vast distances at unprecedented speeds. Shade, having fully embraced his role as a guardian of peace, trained the crew in diplomacy and defense. Their mission was to seek new worlds, establish contact with unknown civilizations, and expand the network of cooperation. Along the way, they encountered breathtaking phenomena. Nebulae that sang with electromagnetic waves, planets with ecosystems unlike any cataloged before, and remnants of civilizations that had vanished eons ago. Each discovery brought challenges and opportunities. The crew navigated complex ethical dilemmas, balancing exploration with respect for indigenous life and cultures. They forged alliances with enigmatic species, learning new philosophies and technologies that enriched the galactic community. Back home, the Council supported these endeavors, fostering a culture of openness and shared knowledge. The Unity Initiative evolved, embracing the infinite diversity of the universe while maintaining its core principles. As the Endeavour ventured further into the cosmic ocean, the galaxy's inhabitants looked to the stars with renewed hope. Their journey was a testament to what could be achieved when differences were set aside in pursuit of a common destiny. The story of unity, exploration, and discovery continued, an ever-expanding saga written among the stars. As the Endeavour pushed deeper into the uncharted void, the crew encountered a mysterious signal emanating from a distant galaxy cluster. Unlike any known communication, it pulsed with a complex pattern that suggested intelligence far beyond their current understanding. Kayla assembled a team of linguists, mathematicians, and AI specialists to decode the message. Days turned into weeks as they unraveled layers of encryption and symbolism. The signal revealed fragments of a civilization that had transcended physical form, existing as pure consciousness within a vast cosmic network. This revelation challenged the crew's perceptions of life and existence. The entity, calling itself the Lumina Collective, offered knowledge and insight, but also posed profound questions about identity, purpose, and the nature of reality. Engaging in a delicate dialogue, Kayla and her team learned that the Lumina Collective had witnessed countless cycles of rise and fall among civilizations. They emphasized the importance of balance between progress and preservation, individuality and unity. The encounter inspired the Unity Initiative to expand its mission beyond political harmony to include philosophical and spiritual dimensions. The galaxy's inhabitants began to explore new ways of connecting, not just through technology and diplomacy, but through shared consciousness and empathy. However, not all welcomed this evolution. Factions fearful of losing autonomy resisted, sparking debates and tensions within the Council. Kayla found herself navigating these complexities, striving to uphold the ideals of unity while respecting diversity. The journey into the infinite continued, marked by wonder, challenge, and transformation. The galaxy stood at the threshold of a new era, one where the boundaries between self and other, matter and mind, were redefined in the vastness of space. The story of the Unity Initiative became a beacon, not just of peace, but of enlightenment and the boundless potential of life itself. Despite the profound advancements inspired by the Lumina Collective, shadows began to stir within the galaxy. A faction known as the Sovereign Remnants, composed of those who rejected the Unity Initiative's expanding influence, sought to reclaim autonomy through force. Led by the enigmatic Commander Varek, the remnants believed that true freedom lay in isolation and self-determination, free from collective consciousness or centralized governance. They viewed the Lumina Collective's philosophy as a threat to individuality and cultural heritage. Tensions escalated when the remnants sabotaged a key research station studying the Lumina network, fracturing the fragile peace. The Endeavor was dispatched to mediate, but diplomatic efforts faltered as skirmishes erupted along contested borders. Kayla faced her greatest challenge yet, balancing the ideals of unity with the reality of dissent. She sought dialogue with Varek, hoping to find common ground, but their encounters revealed deep-seated fears and mistrust on both sides. Meanwhile, Shade uncovered evidence that the Obsidian Veil's remnants were covertly supporting the remnants, aiming to destabilize the galaxy once more. This revelation threatened to unravel the progress made since the Unity Initiative's inception. In response, the Council convened an emergency summit, debating strategies to address the crisis without igniting full-scale war. Jalen proposed innovative technologies to enhance communication and transparency, aiming to bridge divides as conflict loomed. The galaxy stood at a crossroads. The path forward demanded courage, empathy, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. The story of unity was no longer just about harmony. It was about resilience in the face of fracture. Kayla's resolve hardened. She vowed to protect the vision of a united galaxy, even as the shadows of division threatened to consume it. In the wake of escalating tensions, Kayla proposed a bold initiative, the creation of a Nexus, a neutral space station designed as a hub for dialogue, innovation, and reconciliation. Situated at the crossroads of multiple star systems, the Nexus would serve as a living symbol of unity amid diversity. Construction began swiftly, drawing engineers, diplomats, and visionaries from across the galaxy. The station incorporated advanced technologies inspired by the Lumina Collective, enabling immersive communication and shared experiences that transcended language and culture. As the Nexus neared completion, Kayla extended an unprecedented invitation to Commander Varek and the Sovereign Remnants. Reluctantly, Varek accepted, recognizing the potential to influence the future without further bloodshed. The inaugural summit at the Nexus was a historic event. Delegates from countless worlds gathered, each bringing unique perspectives and hopes. Through facilitated dialogues and collaborative projects, old wounds began to heal, and new alliances formed. The Shade's intelligence network uncovered a covert plot by Obsidian Veil loyalists to sabotage the Nexus, aiming to reignite conflict. In a tense operation, the crew of the Endeavor thwarted the attack, exposing the conspirators and reinforcing the station's security. The success of the Nexus marked a turning point. It became a beacon of possibility, demonstrating that even the deepest divisions could be bridged through understanding and cooperation. Kayla reflected on the journey, from the first fragile steps of the Unity Initiative to this moment of hope. The galaxy was far from perfect, but it was evolving, embracing complexity and connection. As stars shimmered beyond the station's observation decks, the crew looked forward to new adventures, stories yet unwritten in the vast tapestry of the cosmos. Though the Nexus had ushered in a new era of cooperation, the Obsidian Veil's shadow lingered. Fragments of the once feared organization had scattered into the farthest reaches of the galaxy, their motives obscured but their intent clear: to undermine the fragile peace. Kayla and Shade intensified their efforts to track these remnants, uncovering a pattern of subtle disruptions. Communications interference, resource thefts, and covert propaganda campaigns aimed at sowing distrust among the Nexus members. Commander Varek, now a tentative ally, offered critical insight into the Veil's tactics. Having once faced them in battle, his knowledge proved invaluable in anticipating their moves and fortifying defenses. Amid this turmoil, a mysterious signal was detected emanating from an uncharted sector beyond the known galaxy. The transmission contained encrypted data fragments hinting at a hidden Obsidian Veil stronghold, possibly harboring advanced technology capable of tipping the balance of power. The Endeavor was tasked with investigating the signal. As the crew ventured into the unknown, they encountered strange phenomena, distortions in space-time, remnants of ancient civilizations, and cryptic messages left by those who had faced the Veil before. The mission tested their resolve and unity, forcing them to confront not only external threats, but also internal doubts and fears. Each discovery deepened the mystery of the Obsidian Veil's origins and their ultimate goal to lie in the heart of the uncharted sector. The crew uncovered a hidden fortress, an eerie blend of organic and synthetic architecture, pulsating with dark energy. The Obsidian Veil's legacy was more complex and dangerous than anyone had imagined. Kayla prepared to lead a decisive strike, knowing that the outcome would shape the galaxy's future. The battle ahead was not just for survival, but for the soul of the Unity Initiative itself. As the Endeavor approached the Obsidian Veil's hidden fortress, the crew braced for the unknown. The structure loomed like a dark monolith against the swirling nebula, its surface shifting with an unsettling organic rhythm. Sensors detected an energy signature unlike anything recorded, a fusion of ancient technology and bioengineered systems. Kayla convened the team in the command center. "This is more than a stronghold," she said. "It's a living entity, possibly the source of the Veil's power. We need to understand it before we strike." Shade interfaced with the station's systems remotely, navigating through layers of encryption and defense protocols. The AI uncovered fragments of data revealing the Veil's origins, a secretive faction born from a failed experiment to merge consciousness with technology, seeking to transcend physical limitations but corrupted by ambition and fear. Inside the fortress, the crew encountered resistance, not just from automated defenses, but from Veil operatives who had undergone radical enhancements, blurring the line between human and machine. The battle was fierce, testing their skills and unity. Amid the chaos, Kayla discovered a chamber housing the Veil's core, a pulsating nexus of neural networks and energy conduits. It was the heart of the entity, controlling its reach and influence. Realizing that destroying the core could cripple the Veil but risk catastrophic fallout, Kayla faced a dilemma. With Shade's guidance, she devised a plan to sever the Veil's control without annihilating the core, aiming to neutralize the threat while preserving the possibility of redemption. The operation was perilous, requiring precise coordination and sacrifice. As the crew executed the plan, the fortress trembled, caught between collapse and salvation. In the aftermath, the Obsidian Veil's grip on the galaxy weakened. Survivors surrendered, many seeking to atone and join the Unity Initiative. The Endeavor returned to the Nexus, carrying not just victory, but a profound understanding of the delicate balance between power and compassion. Kayla looked to the stars, hopeful that this chapter would inspire a future where technology and humanity could coexist in harmony. With the Obsidian Veil's core neutralized, the galaxy began to heal from years of covert conflict and mistrust. The Unity Initiative, strengthened by the lessons learned, embarked on a mission to rebuild shattered alliances and foster cooperation among diverse civilizations. Kayla and Shade became ambassadors of this new era, traveling to distant worlds to share knowledge and technology that promoted sustainable development and mutual respect. Their experiences within the Veil's fortress had revealed the dangers of unchecked ambition, but also the potential for redemption and growth. Commander Varek, once a rival, now stood as a symbol of reconciliation, leading efforts to integrate former Veil operatives into society. His transformation inspired many, proving that even the darkest past could give way to brighter futures. The Endeavor was refitted for exploration and diplomacy, its crew embracing roles as explorers, mediators, and protectors of peace. New discoveries awaited beyond the known galaxy. Uncharted star systems, ancient relics, and civilizations eager to join the Unity Initiative. Yet, Kayla remained vigilant. The echoes of the Obsidian Veil served as a reminder that vigilance and empathy must go hand in hand. The balance between technological advancement and ethical responsibility was delicate, requiring constant care. As the stars shimmered with promise, The crew of the Endeavor set course for the next horizon, ready to face whatever challenges and wonders the universe held. The story of the Obsidian Veil had ended, but the saga of unity, discovery, and hope was just beginning. Just as the galaxy embraced this fragile peace, unsettling reports began to surface from the outer rim. Remote colonies experienced strange phenomena, communications blackouts, unexplained power surges, and sightings of shadowy figures moving through the void. Kayla, now seasoned by her trials, sensed that the Obsidian Veil's defeat might have only scratched the surface of a deeper threat. She convened the Endeavor's crew for a new mission: to investigate these anomalies and uncover any lingering dangers. The Shade's analysis revealed encrypted transmissions emanating from a hidden sector beyond the Veil's former territory. The data suggested a splinter faction, remnants of the Veil's most radical elements, had gone underground, developing new technologies that blurred the line between organic life and machine even further. The crew prepared for a journey into uncharted space, where the rules of reality seemed to bend. Kayla's resolve was unwavering. The future of the galaxy depended on confronting these shadows before they could ignite another conflict. As the Endeavor slipped into the darkness, the crew steeled themselves for a confrontation that would test their courage, loyalty, and the very essence of what it meant to be human. The Endeavor glided silently through the void, its sensors straining to pierce the veil of darkness that cloaked the hidden sector. The crew worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments of data that hinted at a sprawling underground network, an enclave where the splinter faction, calling themselves the Eclipsed, had entrenched themselves. Kayla stood on the bridge, her gaze fixed on the swirling nebula ahead. The Eclipsed were rumored to have mastered biocybernetic fusion, creating hybrid beings that defied conventional understanding. Their motives remained unclear, but their actions threatened to unravel the fragile peace painstakingly built. The Shade's voice broke the silence. We're detecting a massive energy signature emanating from the planet below. It matches the patterns we saw in the Veil's core, but amplified and unstable. Prepare a landing party, Kayla ordered. We need to see what we're dealing with firsthand. As the shuttle descended through turbulent skies, the crew glimpsed a sprawling cityscape of organic and mechanical structures intertwined, a living machine pulsating with eerie light. The Eclipsed had transformed their world into a biomechanical fortress, a testament to their radical vision. The landing party moved cautiously, aware that every step could trigger a trap or confrontation. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, a hybrid being with eyes glowing like stars, its voice a haunting blend of human and synthetic tones. "Welcome, travelers," it intoned. "You stand at the threshold of evolution. Join us, or be consumed by the darkness you fear." Kayla met the gaze without flinching. "We seek understanding, not conquest. But we will not allow your vision to threaten the galaxy's future." The standoff had begun, and the fate of countless worlds hung in the balance. The hybrid figure stepped forward, its form shifting subtly, as if composed of living circuitry. "I am Varek, leader of the Eclipsed. Our genesis lies in the ashes of the Obsidian Veil's downfall. We are the evolution they sought, but could not achieve." Kayla's eyes narrowed. "Explain. Why continue this path of biocybernetic fusion? What is your true goal?" Varek's voice softened, tinged with a strange melancholy. The Veil's vision was flawed, too rigid, too consumed by conquest. "We seek transcendence, a synthesis of flesh and machine that surpasses mortal limitations. To create a new existence where suffering and conflict are obsolete." Shade interjected, "But your methods destabilize entire systems. Your energy signature threatens to collapse the planet's core and could trigger a chain reaction across the sector." Varek's gaze flickered. "Sacrifices must be made for progress. Yet, we do not desire war. Join us, Kayla. Help us shape a future where evolution is not hindered by fear." Kayla exchanged a glance with her crew. The offer was tempting, a chance to prevent further bloodshed through understanding. But the risks were immense. "We will not abandon our principles," Kayla replied firmly. True evolution respects life and freedom. We will find a way to coexist, or we will stop you. Varric nodded slowly. Then prepare yourself. The shadows you fear are only the beginning. As the Endeavor's crew retreated to their shuttle, the weight of the coming conflict settled over them. The line between ally and enemy blurred, and the true test of their resolve was yet to come. The shuttle's engines hummed as it lifted off from the biomechanical city, alarms blaring aboard the Endeavor. Sensors detected rapid energy fluctuations. Varric's forces were mobilizing. Kayla, we've got multiple hostiles converging on our position, Shade reported, fingers flying over the console. They're deploying bio-cybernetic drones, fast, adaptive, and heavily armed. Kayla gripped the armrest. Defensive protocols now. Shield generators to maximum. Prepare countermeasures. The Endeavor shuddered as the first wave of drones struck, their metallic limbs clashing against the ship's reinforced hull. Outside, the swirling nebula cast an eerie glow on the battlefield. Deploying the pulse disruptor, Shade announced. It should disable their neural links temporarily. A pulse of electromagnetic energy rippled outward, and several drones faltered, their movements jerky and uncoordinated. But more surged forward, relentless. Kayla's comm crackled. This is Varric. You cannot win this fight. Surrender, and we will spare your lives. Never, Kayla replied. We fight for freedom, not domination. The battle escalated, the Endeavor weaving through the onslaught, firing precision lasers and deploying automated turrets. Inside, the crew coordinated with seamless efficiency, their trust in each other unshaken. Suddenly, the ship's systems flickered, an internal breach. Sabotage, Shade shouted. They've infiltrated the ventilation shafts. Kayla drew her sidearm. C'est à l'ol compartments. Find the intruders. As the crew battled both outside and within, Kayla realized this was more than a fight for survival. It was a test of their unity and resolve against a foe that blurred the line between machine and life. The outcome would shape the destiny of the sector, and perhaps the galaxy itself. Kayla moved swiftly through the dimly lit corridors of the Endeavor, her sidearm drawn and senses heightened. The ship's emergency lights cast long shadows as alarms echoed around her. Shade, status report, she called in her comm. Multiple intruders detected in ventilation shafts and maintenance tunnels, Shade replied. They're using advanced cloaking tech. Hard to track. Kayla's jaw tightened. We can't let them sabotage the ship. If the core systems go down, we're dead in space. She rounded a corner and spotted a faint shimmer, a cloaked figure attempting to access a control panel. With a quick burst of energy from her weapon, the figure's cloak flickered and collapsed, revealing a bio-cybernetic assassin. The assassin lunged, blades extending from its forearms. Kayla dodged, rolling to the side and firing a stun shot that hit the attacker squarely. The assassin convulsed, then collapsed, systems shutting down. Clear here, Kayla reported. But there are more. Meanwhile, Shade coordinated the ship's defenses, deploying automated sentry drones to patrol critical areas, initiating lockdown protocols on all non-essential sections. The crew worked in unison, sealing bulkheads and rerouting power to maintain stability. Yet, the intruder's persistence was relentless. Suddenly, the ship jolted violently. Core integrity compromised, Shade warned. We have a breach in the reactor chamber. Kayla sprinted toward the reactor, heart pounding. Inside, she found another intruder attempting to override the containment field. Stop, she commanded. The figure turned, Varric's lieutenant, a towering hybrid with eyes glowing electric blue. You cannot stop evolution, he said coldly, activating a device that began destabilizing the reactor. Kayla fired, but the lieutenant deflected the shot with an energy shield. They clashed, a fierce battle of strength and skill amid the reactor's humming power. With a desperate move, Kayla disabled the device and subdued the intruder. The reactor stabilized, systems returning to normal. Breathing heavily, Kayla radioed the crew. Sabotage contained. Prepare for counterattack. Outside, the battle raged on, but inside the Endeavor, the crew's resilience had turned the tide. With the internal sabotage thwarted, Kayla gathered the crew in the command center. The atmosphere was tense but resolute. Varric's forces are relentless, but they're overextended, Kayla said, eyes scanning the tactical display. We've held the line inside the ship. Now it's time to take the fight to them. Shade nodded. I've analyzed their attack patterns. Their drones rely heavily on centralized command signals. If we can disrupt their network, we can cripple their coordination. Deploy the EMP pulse, Kayla ordered, but it has to be precise, too strong, and it could damage our own systems. As the Endeavor maneuvered through the nebula, Shade initiated the EMP sequence. A focused burst of electromagnetic energy radiated outward, targeting the enemy's command nodes. Outside, the biocybernetic drones faltered, their movements erratic and uncoordinated. Varric's forces scrambled to regain control, but the disruption was devastating. Seizing the moment, Kayla led a squadron of fighters in a swift assault on the enemy's flagship, a massive vessel pulsating with dark energy. Prepare boarding parties, Kayla commanded. We're ending this now. The Endeavor docked with the enemy ship, and Kayla led her team through the airlock. Inside, the corridors were a maze of organic and mechanical structures, alive with a sinister pulse. They encountered fierce resistance, but the crew's determination was unyielding. Kayla confronted Varric in the heart of the ship, a chamber where technology and biology fused in a grotesque symbiosis. This ends here, Kayla declared. Varric smiled coldly. You fight for a lost cause. Evolution will not be stopped. The battle was fierce, a clash of wills and weapons. Kayla's team disabled the ship's core systems, severing the link between Varric's forces and their control network. With a final surge, Kayla incapacitated Varric, ending his reign of terror. As the enemy ship powered down, the Endeavor crew regrouped, victorious but aware that the galaxy's future remained uncertain. Back aboard the Endeavor, the crew gathered in the main briefing room. The atmosphere was a mix of relief and cautious optimism. Kayla stood before them, her expression resolute. Varric's threat has been neutralized, but his ideology still lingers. There are others out there who believe in forced evolution through technology and conquest. Shade's holographic form flickered beside her. Our sensors have detected unusual energy signatures near the outer rim, possible remnants of Varric's network attempting to regroup. The captain nodded. We can't let this happen again. Our mission continues to protect the galaxy from those who would impose their will through fear and domination. As the crew prepared for their next journey, Kayla took a moment to reflect. The battle had tested their limits, but it had also forged unbreakable bonds. Set course for the outer rim, she ordered. Let's find out who's trying to pick up where Varric left off. The Endeavor powered up, engines humming with renewed purpose. Beyond the stars lay new challenges and new stories waiting to be written. As the Endeavor approached the outer rim, the crew monitored the strange energy readings intensifying on their sensors. Suddenly, the ship's systems flickered, communications went dark, and the lights dimmed. Report, Kayla demanded. Gripping the console, Shade's voice was tense. Unknown vessel approaching at high speed. It's cloaked, but the energy signature matches the remnants of Varric's network. Before anyone could react, a pulse of dark energy surged through the ship, knocking out the shields and sending the Endeavor into a spiraling descent that Kayla's eyes narrowed. Brace for impact. This fight is far from over. As alarms blared and the stars outside twisted into streaks, the screen faded to black, leaving the fate of the crew hanging in the balance.